So Sun Corridor is a regional economic development organization, and we work to attract primary employers to our region. So by primary employers, we mean employers that are exporting a product or service outside of the state or region, typically outside of the state. And I'd just like to add that we work to bring in new employers, but we also work with existing primary employers to help them expand their operations as well.
Would it be fair to say that right now the Sun Corridor is seeing a volume of businesses that are coming here or existing businesses that would like to expand?
I think about today, it's been just a year since the pandemic started. Early on, it was slow, it was very quiet as everyone was trying to sort out and figure out what their next step was. That said, we've seen activity pick up since last May, and it really hasn't slowed down. When we look at our activity year over year, we are on pace with what we were in the prior year before the pandemic began. We've seen about 70 total active projects in our pipeline. Most of the manufacturing related projects are in consumer products, as well as the life sciences, bioscience. And then in transportation and logistics, as you can imagine, we've seen a tremendous amount of activity in e-commerce. I think everyone over the past year has gotten familiar with e-commerce. If you weren't before the pandemic, you certainly are now.
What do you attribute this growth to? I mean, the pandemic has presented all sorts of challenges. One of the last things that many of us would think about is growth or development in Southern Arizona.
We were positioned well prior to the pandemic, and I think that we are just continuing to grow on those strengths. So some of those strengths are that we have less density than other large urban areas. We have a lack of natural disasters, which is important for continuity of operations. And we also have a climate that's conducive to outdoor activity, which was really attractive during the pandemic. And last but not least, we remain an affordable area. And those are just a few of the things that I think are positioning us as a region to be strong coming out of the pandemic.
None of those things, though, are necessarily new. Were we just recently discovered?
I think there's a few things that put us at this tipping point. In the last several years, our population has exceeded 1 million. And when you go through the site selection process with companies, they're often looking for, key points, key boxes to check, if you will. And sometimes those factors can get you more attention. Additionally, what I would say is that we've received a lot of national attention for our growth, particularly in the tech sector over the last several years. CBRE named us, the number one up and coming tech talent region. And then just recently, Pima County was named the number one county in the United States for tech talent growth over the last 5 years.
One of the things that has been said is that these people are not moving here for jobs. They're bringing their jobs with them. This advent of remote working has really taken off. But as the pandemic hopefully winds down, where will that take this industry that you're describing in the near future?
I think the jury is still out on what the future of work is going to look like as it relates to remote working and work from home as employees try to onboard new members of their team and get them involved in the company and the culture. They're still trying to figure it out. So we haven't seen on the ground um, how this is all going to play out. We think it's going to take a little bit more time. And as far as activity in the region, we haven't seen a lot of office related projects because companies are still trying to sort this out. Although they do know they're going to have some sort of physical presence, they're just not sure exactly what that footprint is going to look like.
This sort of activity draws enthusiasm from places like Sun Corridor. What does that tell you about the near future? 6 months, a year, perhaps?
So, in the near future, I think we're going to continue to see the manufacturing sector as well as transportation and logistics, specifically e-commerce, um, demonstrate an interest in our region, and likely select our region. We have a couple of exciting projects on the horizon that we hope will make a decision soon and make a location announcement soon. And we also believe that over the next 6 months to a year that we're going to continue to see you know inbound attraction of talent, individuals that want to live in this region. It was already a popular place for people to choose to live, and we think that that is going to continue, which will put us in a great position because the number one thing that companies are looking for when they come to us is talent. Do we have what they need today? Do we have a talent pipeline of K-12 community college and universities? And do we have the workforce programs in place that work with businesses to provide them the kind of training they're going to need in the future?
Thank you for your insight, Susan Dumont, Vice President of Economic Development for Sun Corridor.